Hi, welcome to artwithkorb.com. I'm Frank Korb. Today what we're going to do is talk about the 8 studio habits of the artist. We're going to talk specifically about engaging and persisting. These are 8 ideas that, well, all studio artists really practice, but were specifically assembled by the studies at Harvard University's Zero Project, as well as putting it into publication under Studio Thinking and Studio Thinking 2, The Real Benefits of Visual Art Education. So, great book. Please take a look at it. The 8 habits of studio thinking are to develop craft, engage and persist, envision, express, observe, reflect, stretch and explore, and understand community. And today, we're going to talk about engaging and persisting. This is when one learns to embrace problem relevance within the art world and or of personal importance, to develop focus conducive to working and persevering at tasks. And really, for me, one of the biggest issues here is persevering at tasks. Being engaged is getting yourself into the studio, and persevering and persistence is just pushing through, thinking through it. Carrie Lewis, an artist and blogger, web person, came up with some common excuses she's heard. Things like, I only paint when I'm inspired, or I paint when I feel like it, or not. I paint whether I feel like it or not. And I think painting whether you feel like it or not is the way to go. From my students, what I commonly hear is I don't like to make art when I'm told what to do. And when that happens, when I give them that opportunity, when artists are given that opportunity to paint whatever they want, sometimes not a whole lot gets done. I have this quote from Chuck Close hanging outside of my studio door, and it's been there for years. Inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us show up and get to work. Engaging and persisting is also something that Ted Orland's and David Bales have some real serious thoughts on. I got to fix that typo. Sorry, Theo Orland, good friend of mine. When they talk about talent, and I don't really believe in talent, versus hard work, and that's where engaging and persisting is. Here's their list of art students' doubters' excuses. I'm not an artist. I'm a phony. I have nothing to say. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Well, really, who of us knows exactly what they're doing? Other people are better than I am. Yes, absolutely. That is true. I'm only a, fill in your descriptor here. I've never had a real exhibit. No one understands my work. No one likes my work. I'm no good. And I agree with all of that. I agree wholeheartedly with all of that. No one likes my work. I'm no good. No one understands my work. There are going to be people out there who truly believe that. If you get a chance, please take a look at their book, Art and Fear. You can purchase it. You can check out some of Ted's work there. And well, let's continue. Even talent is rarely distinguishable over the long run from perseverance and lots of hard work. I love it when I hear people talk about, oh, how talented you are. It's like, no, when they're talking about other people, of course, not me. When they talk about students of mine, perhaps, oh, they're so talented. She's so talented. He's so talented. Yeah, I always like to remind the students, nah, you put in a lot of hard work on that. Here's a little story that I do like to share with my students and anybody who's read this book. Go to page 28 if you're following along at home. The ceramics teacher announced on opening day that he was dividing the class into 2 groups. All those on the left side of the studio, he said, would be graded solely on the quantity of work they produced. All those on the right solely on its quality. His procedure was simple. On the final day of class, he would bring in his bathroom scales and weigh the quantity group. 50 pounds of pots rated an A, 40 pounds a B, and so on. Those being graded on quality, however, needed to produce only 1 pot, albeit a perfect one, to get an A. Yeah, look at those perfect little mugs on the side of the screen. Thanks, Brett. Well, came grading time, and a curious fact emerged. The works of highest quality were all produced by the group being graded for quantity. It seems that while the quantity group was busy churning out piles of work and learning from their mistakes, the quality group had sat theorizing about perfection, and in the end, had little more to show for their efforts than grandiose theories and a pile of dead clay. Please take a look at Art and Fear, and if you'd like to listen to it without being an Audible member, I recorded it a few years back for my students. In Jerry Saltz's book, How to Be an Artist, which I really enjoyed, I think it's got a lot of really good points. He quoted art critic Harold Rosenberg as he advised artists. And this is how I feel about drawing and just constantly drawing. If you have no ideas, draw. If you're depressed, draw. If you get drunk, go home and start a picture. If there's a shooting outside the window, go on drawing. Well, generally speaking, and I teach high schoolers, I discourage the idea of getting drunk. Your body's not ready for alcohol at that point in life. And really, wait till you're 21 until you start, responsibly using alcohol, if at all. Not drinking is just fine too. There's the teacher in me. If there's a shooting outside, you might want to bunker down, get beneath the bed and put the sketchbook away. But I think the point here is draw. The point being, carry a sketchbook with you at all times. Take pictures on your phone, or as I like to say, make photographs on your phone if it helps remember. When your mind starts racing, don't be passive. Get them down on paper. These are things that we talk about, we think about when it comes to persisting. The 8 studio habits are not a linear idea. It's circular. You can use any of them, all of them, some of them. You have to use some of them. Please visit their website, studiothinking.org, theframework.html. You can buy the book. You can buy all these books, I'm sure, on Amazon or wherever you purchase your books. Please visit Harvard's website at Project Zero. Visit my website at artwithkorb.com. And in the end, get out there and make your art. Remember that it's about the engaging in what we're doing, the getting back to the paintings that you might have started or left behind, and persisting through it and just making tons of art. Please subscribe to my site. Please click on the subscribe button wherever it pops up here on the screen. Visit my website, artwithkorb.com. Take a look at some of my artwork at frankkorb.com. And thanks for joining me. Ta-ta. Bye.